Do you copy?
Go straight. You're gaining on.
Straight! Keep going straight!
Go straight. Go straight. Straight. Okay, now turn right.
Right? Now?
Yes, right.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm. No, it's left. Turn left. Sorry, I had the screen lock on.
For nearly 30 years, we have watched Ethan Hunt to do the impossible. But it's not just the stunts or the action that keeps us coming back. It's the feeling. These moments aren't just cinematic highlights. They are emotional markers in our lives too. For example, we may remember where we were when we saw him to do free solo climbing at the Dead Horse Point. Or when he ran for what felt like the fate of the world. And now, when at every trailer of Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning, Ethan Hunt says,
I need you to trust me. One last time.
Was it really the film's necessary dialogue or a direct message to the audience? What does he really mean and why does it hit so hard? Is it just about another mission or a reminder of the emotional trust we have built with him over nearly 3 decades? The franchise became woven into the lives of its audience. Many people grew with this movie and even new fans are coming with every part of this movie. For a generation of fans, Mission Impossible isn't just a film franchise, it's a constant, a memory, a feeling, and that's what this story is really about. How Mission Impossible became more than a film into an emotion. So it's more than just action. Mission Impossible is an emotional journey. At the start, Mission Impossible in 1996 was a slick, high-concept spy thriller. A Cold War relic reborn with wire drops, exploding guns, and CIA double crosses. But somewhere along the way, it stopped being just clever. It evolved into an emotional one. Not because it suddenly became a character drama, but because the franchise began trusting the audience to care. Not just about the mission, but about the man doing it. Ethan Hunt himself. He isn't James Bond. He is not untouchable. He breaks, he bleeds, he panics, and we see all of it. A connection built across decades, film after film. A sense that when Ethan jumps, we jump with him. Not just because it looks cool, but because we care. A generational bond, the constant presence of Mission Impossible. After the first film dropped, some fans saw it on VHS, and in current times, people may stream the fallout on their phones. Yet, the emotional thread hasn't changed. Each sequel became more than just another adventure. They became emotional checkpoints. Proof that Ethan had matured and changed over the years. Proof that maybe we had too. The power of thrilling sequences. This is where Mission Impossible stands alone with other spy thrillers. Yes, the stunts, they are insane, but the key isn't what happens, it's how it makes us feel. Doing most of the stunts were real. It can be train top fight in Mission Impossible 1, the sandstorm chase in Ghost Protocol, the halo jump from Fallout, or the underwater vault dive in Rogue Nation. But among all these, the most talked about sequences, for example, take the Burj Khalifa scene in Ghost Protocol. That's not just Ethan Hunt hanging off the tallest building in the world. That's Tom Cruise strapped to the side of Burj Khalifa, nearly 2,700 feet in the air, doing it for real. No CGI or safety net or stunt double. The tension you feel watching that scene, it's not just suspense. It's real fear, real risk, and real commitment. The sound of the wind, the slipping grip, that shot of him looking down, it's not just adrenaline, it's anxiety, it's focus. It's Cruise literally putting his life on the line to make us feel something. Then there's motorcycle cliff jump in Fallout. Again, that's Cruise. He trained over a year, did hundreds of jumps, and then rode a motorcycle off a cliff. Solo, no wires. It looks insane because it is. But in that moment, it's not just Ethan risking everything. It's Tom Cruise channeling the soul of the franchisee. A man who gives everything, who keeps pushing forward, still trusting himself even when no one else would.
Thanks, mate.
These aren't just set pieces, they are emotional spikes crafted to make us feel every heartbeat. And by now, we are so connected to Ethan that we don't just watch, we feel the fall. The franchise's growth and emotional resilience. However, the box office numbers don't usually tell emotional stories, but here, the kind of do. The original Mission Impossible grossed around $457 million globally. By the time Mission Impossible 2 dropped, the number climbed to over $546 million. audience. Not just success, but momentum. However, then came the deep. Mission Impossible 3 dropped to $398 million. Not a failure, but a signal. The franchisee wasn't bulletproof. Maybe it was aging. Maybe audiences were shifting. But instead of fading away, they trusted the franchisee with a passion, and it roared back in 2011 in the form of Ghost Protocol, which wasn't just a return, it was a reinvention with a high-octane action sequence, improved storytelling, and of course, performance. Nearly about $694 million at the box office, a huge creative revival, a clear message that Mission Impossible wasn't done, it had evolved. Rogue Nation followed suit, then Fallout, the highest crossing in the franchisee, crossing $791 million for the sixth entry in a decade-old series. That doesn't happen unless audiences are still emotionally invested. Yes, Dead Reckoning Part 1 in 2023 saw a dip, crossing approx about $560 million, but in a market saturated by superhero fatigue and post-pandemic habits, it can be said that the number is still proof of something most franchises dream about. Trust and loyalty may be still staying in power, and maybe because of this dip, Ethan Hunt said, "I want you to trust me
One last time.
And it's not just a setup or a plot twist, it's a direct message to us, so that he cannot just to win our hearts again, but maybe to show us something real. Now as the final reckoning approaches, the end might be near, and maybe it's time to ask, what is Mission Impossible really about? It's about the impossible odds, sure, but more than that, it's about what's at stake when someone dares to keep going anyway. It's about the people we believe in, the ones we run with, the ones we grow with. That's why Mission Impossible isn't just a film anymore. It's an emotion. And like all emotions, maybe we are not ready to let it go just yet.
Okay, so I don't know how much I'm able to convey what I wanted to say through this video, but I hope you enjoyed this. And I really wanted to know, what's your favorite Mission Impossible part? My favorite one is Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Yes, the Burj Khalifa one. So what's yours? Comment below.